Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. I think we're due for a random run. If I remember correctly, we were playing as Cain last time. That sounds very familiar because we had very good pills, and we continued, our spectacular run of form, not necessarily playing fantastically, especially from a dodging standpoint. There were a couple opportunities where I came pretty close to death. I'm going to talk about that Harlequin baby decision a little bit later, but for now, I'm just going to move along here. Yeah, I ended up, probably that was the worst I've played in like 10 or 15 episodes, in my opinion at least. Minus maybe the episode where I just literally got, no good items at all, and then it's kind of just impossible to say whether or not I played well because I had zero chance of victory anyway. But, it's been an interesting run of form lately. We won on that last run. Whether or not we deserve to is actually a moot point. I think we deserve to, especially after I made that hilarious mistake and ended up having to beat almost the entire chest over again, just to make it work. But certainly we had some good benefits, good pills, safety cap, mom's purse, packed, etc., early small rock, plenty of HP, and in particular, abusing an arcade as Cain with the crystal ball and nun's habit to basically launder a bunch of our red hearts into spirit hearts, which probably ended up saving the day. We won't have the luxury of an exclusively great pill rotation in today's episode, but we do have the luxury of a D6, which would have made all of our terrible item rooms at least have the potential of being not so terrible. Seriously, we got some of the worst item rooms of all time on the last episode. Guppy's hairball was one of our upper echelon items, so that should go to tell you about how well we were doing on that front. So hopefully we end up making it better here. I mean, Harlequin baby right off the bat is fine. It's just I'm thinking about, like, the upside of Harlequin baby is not fantastic. The downside would be that we would lose out on Harlequin baby if I re-rolled it and it turned out to be shit. But basically, I'm looking for an excuse to not have to re-roll it on this boss room. Like, they give me a speed or a range upgrade here. I got an HP upgrade. So obviously, I'm going to take that, even though it is a shot speed upgrade as well. And you know what? I think I'm going to go re-roll Harlequin baby. I think Harlequin baby's pretty good, but I'm taking a big risk here if it ends up being terrible or an active item instead of a passive. So be it. I made my bed. We're gonna lie in it, and we're gonna lie in it with the Miter, which is a demonstrable upgrade over Harlequin baby, I think. So it's a smart reroll in that situation. Law of averages, I don't know if it would still be a smart reroll. Is Harlequin baby above the mean for an item room item? And moreover, is asking if something's above average the right kind of context or the right kind of criteria to be judging an item on in a game like this. Probably could have put that bomb on the other side and then used that glitch to see if I could find the secret room at the same time. But now we have unlimited golden keys, which is awesome. But yeah, maybe, because, what's better? One amazing item or 4 average items? I would say, getting an item like Polyphemus is way more important than getting, like, a mini mush plus a Harlequin baby plus, like, 2 other middling items. So maybe it's best to be very aggressive with our rerolls and swing for the fences, if you know what I mean. Previously, it's just been like, is this item good? Yes, no, and that dictates whether or not I accept it, minus whatever mitigating circumstances might be at play as well. But maybe it pays to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know. We'll see. We've got a lot of time left on this floor to figure out how to make that work. We're on Cellar Part 2. Rerolls are already ready. There's our boss room, so we're going to miss out on like 1/3 of a reroll potential here. But, oh, we know how to fight. That was so stupid. We know how to fight Gertie Jr., and I did it the wrong way. You don't stand at a shitty angle to it. You stay exactly parallel. And then when it comes for you, which it will, you get out of the way because it bounces in a very predictable fashion. Summon some more flies, you shitlord. My god. Your only job is to give me an ability to build rage with Samson's Lock here. And then not hit me as many times as you have, thereby denying me in all likelihood the opportunity of getting a deal with the devil. Gertie Jr. is, my method for Gertie Jr. I still have faith in, but I do sincerely think that Gertie Jr. is, oh my god, I hit, like, the X key? Is that what made me reroll by accident? Well, truth be told, we don't need a reroll on Squeezy anyway, and we didn't get a deal with the devil, but yeah, I think I hit the X key on my keyboard, and that caused me to reroll. That's not a good sign for what's to come. Hopefully our item room ends up being good, or that misplay could end up seriously costing me. Costing me 1 item, which could potentially be a really big deal. We'll see, I suppose. Inside of here, well, it's an all-stats upgrade. I'm not sure if it's a true all-stats upgrade or if it causes us to go, to just get stat upgrades in some areas, but still, that's fine. Hey, there's our secret room. A couple of bombs in there, too. Well, this is where we're gonna want to use... You know what? Fuck our spirit heart. See you later, asshole. Yeah, we're going to want to use our reroll on that unicorn horn if possible. And I think we will get one more charge. Yeah, barely, but we will. And I might as well check in the shop. I don't know why. Maybe at least there'll be some fire we can shoot and maybe get some poop out of it. There's no way we're going to get an item, obviously. And you know what? Let's sacrifice one more red heart rather than sacrificing a bomb to go in here and reroll the unicorn horn and see if we can't get something incredible. It's already been a pretty good floor, and I got very lucky that I didn't completely screw myself by accidentally rerolling on the boss fight. It's a good thing, though. I'm glad it's been done. We get Dad's Key, which is also horrible. And at this point, you know what? Fuck it. Let's use one more heart to leave. I think that's totally fine. At least we've taken Dad's Key and Unicorn Horn out of the rotation. Not gonna have to deal with them anymore. 2 HP upgrades on this run so far. Also a Tears upgrade in the form of Squeezy. We've already lost all the Spirit Hearts from that. An All Stats upgrade, and the Miter. So this one of the reasons I'm not super worried about our Spirit Heart situation. Oh, come on, you can do it. Thank you. One of the reasons I'm not super worried about our Spirit Heart situation is because of the Miter. The other reason is because we're still super early on in the game here. So, got pretty lucky there. Found the secret room and got this chest. That's going to take us up to 8 cents, which is not quite shop-worthy on average. But it's pretty good nonetheless, and I'm very glad that we found the secret room and got that chest with the same bomb, because bombs, not necessarily super easy for me to come by right now. And, I mean, you know, red hearts probably more likely to find. That's why I use those instead of bombs to get to the secret room, even though it ended up costing me a lot of health, whereas it would have only cost me a couple of bombs, or one bomb even, on the way in and the way out. But whatever. We've got more keys. I could trade a bomb for a key, a little bit in a different area on the level here, as you saw. I decided not to do that, though, because I kind of feel like having one bomb is pretty important. Normally, I value keys way more than bombs, and I still do, but one bomb's nice to have, and we already have 3 keys, so it's not like we're hurting right now. Kill this boss. Maybe we'll get an item we can reroll, or an item we want to keep. Maybe we'll just get 2 bombs instead, though. Now, still looking out for the item room, I suppose. At least we know the shop on this floor will not contain a mini-boss. Now that we have 3 bombs, I think it's totally okay to go down to 2 bombs and 4 keys. I would say this is about proportional to how much I value each one of those consumables, so that seems like the right decision to make on my part. And you know, truth be told, even though I've played a little shoddily so far, it seems to be the theme of the day for my Isaac recording. We've gotten some pretty solid upgrades from the troll engine, so I'm feeling like our run is pretty comfortable right now. It is only the Caves Part 1, things change, but we've got a good stage for future items to help us out, I guess. Sure, I'll pick that up right away, even though it's not necessarily 100% dear prudent, but still no more money, huh? Definitely pick up and reroll the Razor Blade, which will give us the shears, which are bad, let's be honest, and we'll try to get another reroll available before the boss fight, or at least, you know, 2/3 of a reroll, just in case we do have that deal with the devil opportunity, but also wanting to reroll the shears, of course, because that's not something I'm very interested in at all, given that I already have the D6, which is what I would consider maybe one of the best, well, I was gonna say one of the best, then I said, or that, what I should have said perhaps is just the best. If you could only give me one spacebar item for the rest of my Isaac tenure, I think I would absolutely go with the D6. And I think that's a fair thing to say, too. You know, we're gonna check out the shop. Thought maybe we'd find something on sale. We didn't. We could buy our key back. We could try to get to this, that golden chest. It seems pretty scary. It looks like we're not going to get another reroll on this floor, and if we're not going to get another reroll on this floor unless we fight Krampus, here's my thinking: why not at least bring the shears into the boss fight? At least it can make one boss fight easier for us for the cost of a key. Not a great trade in our situation, but so be it. And it's Gertie. Gertie, we really benefit from having a little bit extra damage over time, I would say. So we'll just let, you know, the 5th level cube of meat equivalent here do what it does best, which is chew up bosses. Well, we actually do have the ability to fly. Maybe I should have used the shears to open the golden chest instead. You know, there's going to be debate on that to some extent. If I'm being 100% honest, I probably would have rather used it to open the golden chest. Because you never know, maybe we'd find enough money in there to be able to buy the battery. But here's our deal with the devil. If it's Krampus, I'm going to be kicking myself a little bit. It's not Krampus. We couldn't have rerolled these anyway, recall. So I'm going to just ignore them, because 2 hearts for either of those items seems like a pretty bad deal to me. That's gonna do it for this floor. Unfortunately, there was no way there was 7 cents left on this other room, right? I'm just gonna go down and check that out, because getting the battery would, of course, be nice. It appears we didn't really gain too much value at all on this floor. some extra consumables. No, there's 2 cents. Some extra consumables and an HP upgrade. And maybe setting the precedent for a deal with the Angel. And I've already taken the Miter out of the rotation, so Sacred Heart could show up. We'll see. Going down to the caves part 2 in a comfortable position, but certainly I would say on that last floor a little bit of wasted potential. Not necessarily my own fault, and then that's not just me trying to shift blame. I just mathematically, there's only so many rerolls to get. I went in the wrong direction to start it with, but it's a crapshoot, right? You never know where the boss room's gonna be, unless I am mistaken and somebody is, you know... I mean, I know that algorithm is cracked, but you can't just look at, like, your spawn point, I think, and know exactly which direction to go into to have the highest chance of finding a reroll pedestal room, like the item room, boss room, or shop, or library, etc., etc. Anyway, if you could, though, that would be nice. Obviously, if you have the map and compass, that's a way. We're gonna check out this room, and, well, we turned a profit a little bit, in terms of spirit hearts at least, and I hope that we find an arcade on this floor, because that would solve my money situation, possibly give me some more HP as well. Fucked up this room. You know the secret for this room, I'm assuming at this point. If you don't move, they don't see you, but it's just such a force of habit, you know? Always moving as soon as you go into a Binding of Isaac room. And on some rooms, if you don't move right off the bat, you'll get hit. On some rooms, if you move, you get hit. So, you know, I'll hedge my bets, I guess, by trying to pay attention as soon as I go into the room. You usually only run into those like once or twice per entire run anyway, so I feel okay about this. Caves are almost over anyway, so I'm not sure if that layout can even show up again. Come on. Just manage to hit a diagonal shot here, or here, or here. My aim is incredible. Like an Elvis Costello album. You guys remember that Elvis Costello album, My Aim is Incredible? Yeah, it's a good one. Totally not a knockoff. Now, this is, again, indicative of the secret here. If we just kind of fire shots in from afar, they will start to explode, because they'll just strafe back and forth. And we don't have to move at all. We will eventually move, because this is tedious, but there we go. Once the room has been taken care of, we can swoop in and take this pill and be super happy that we got something that did absolutely nothing at all. Now, despite the fact that I only have 12 cents and 3 keys is not a ton, I will be opening this shop here because I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. There's a chance we can make it to 15 cents. We'll be rocking until the Sunday Dance. Sunday Dance? You get it. And also I had a sneaking suspicion that we might end up fighting greed. Neither of those ended up being true. But what you do in this case is reroll already, because it's unlikely that an item room or a boss room is right here, which of course it was, just to spite me. And the reroll turned it into Book of Revelations, which is just like, eh. So we can have the option, I guess, if we wanted to, of fighting, it was bad damage, of fighting War, if I could just get the money to buy that Book of Revelations before we go into the boss trap room, but they're not War, it'd be Pestilence. We'd get an Orbital, which would be pretty useful. I actually like the idea of it, but I hate the idea of spending 15 cents just to guarantee myself a cube of meat. So, we'll probably end up not spending our money, and instead we'll, unless we get another reroll that we can use on it, but instead we'll kind of search out the item room here. This is one hell of a champion headless dude here. It's gonna be a little tankier. It shoots homing shots, and Jesus, they're like homing Polyphemus shots. I'd like to neutralize some of the other riffraff on this level. I think that might have done 1 full heart. It certainly looked like it should do 1 full heart. Kind of a difficult enemy for the caves part 2. But that's the RNG behind that. We at least got a spirit heart for our troubles. We can leave and that thing will be dead by the time we come back. Alright, so this is our reroll, and we have to figure out where we want to use this most effectively. Right now, rerolling the boss room, or devil room, or angel room seems pretty smart, but we'll see what's in the item room as well. Seriously, like 15 hits here. I'm starting to feel like maybe we're not as comfortable as I originally let on. The further and further we get, that was bad damage. I kind of got hooked on the side of the chasm there. The further and further we move along here, the less comfortable I feel on this run, which is normal for an Isaac run, admittedly. Now we can reroll the shop item. And it's Dead Sea Scrolls, but Dead Sea Scrolls is way, way worse. Well, hey, we got a range upgrade for that. Dead Sea Scrolls is way, way worse than getting Book of Revelations. So I went through with this. Why did I go through with this? Because it did, you know, occur to me that we're probably not going to get another chance to reroll any items. We might as well accept Abel, even though I don't think it's very good. We're not going to get another opportunity to reroll anything, so now's the you know, put your money where your mouth is. Do we want to, oh my god, I really hope for the HP upgrade there. Do we want to buy a Book of Revelations so we guaranteed fight Pestilence and get a cube of meat? No. It's 15 cents for a Spirit Heart, and maybe we're going to end up fighting that boss anyway. And even if we don't fight that boss, maybe we'll fight a boss who gives us something better. What I will say, though, is we'll look out for the secret room before we make any rash decisions. It was not there. That was the longest silence of all time. Because I wonder if I can, like, hit the money with Abel. No, there's no way, because I would have to actually walk over that space because it's in the midpoint of the level. Alright, well, we did find it here. If I get, like, 15 cents in here, which I didn't, I would have considered maybe buying Book of Revelations, because then it's not nearly as much of our stack as it would normally be. But so be it. That didn't really work out for us. So we're going to go to the left, and then fight the boss, and then we'll see how this works out for us. We're fighting the Fallen. In one sense, I'm very happy because it means we're going to get a Deal with the Devil item for free. In another sense, I'm kind of sad because, you know, if this first item ends up being something from the Deal with the Devil that I don't want, I could have re-rolled it so easily if I had just, you know, waited a little bit longer or tackled this room a little earlier. I would say, even though that was our last bomb, that was a pretty effective usage of it. Abel's doing good work, too, because both of these guys have a tendency to stay around exactly the midpoint of the level, apparently. I did get hit. Kind of hard to avoid it at this point with both of them chasing me, especially. That damage I'm surprised to have taken, but so be it. All right. We did get a deal with the Angel, and we got Mom's Knife for free. All is forgiven. Let's win the game. And, oh, we got the Relic Miter Mom's Knife D6. Starting to feel pretty good about things. And again, I know people inevitably are like, why'd you pick up Mom's Knife? It makes every run boring. Man, first off, I disagree, and a lot of people disagree with you as well. We're 784 episodes into the series. If people found Mom's Knife boring, but 30,000 of them are still watching each episode, I feel pretty good about that. Feel free to stop watching if it's not entertaining. I would never ask you out of a sense of allegiance to just watch something that you don't like because I made it. That was really bad damage. But I feel that at this point, the matter is more or less relatively settled. You can think that a Mom's Knife run is not nearly as exciting as some other runs, but in any case, I mean, that's totally fair, but in any case, I'm going to take it anyway. And the other thing is, the streak's alive, man. We're the Undertaker right now. We're trying to make sure Taker gets his just desserts after what happened to him in WrestleMania. I don't watch pro wrestling. I'm a total poser with respect to that, but hopefully you understand the analogy, because I sure don't. No, but yeah, we've won like 5 in a row now, maybe. Let's try to keep it going. If we can get six Isaac wins in a row, is pretty good. You know, I'm not saying it's Cobalt Streak level. What I will say is that it's better than I ever thought I would do once I originally saw how difficult, you know, the Cathedral and Chest actually were. And we haven't won this run yet. This is still not a one run. We need some more items. Anything that makes D6 charge faster. More HP. That's about it. More damage, also very nice, of course, but do we know what this pill does? Range up? It is a range up. We'll take it. Remember those days when BizSnap told me that a range upgrade when you have Mom's Knife is actually equivalent to a damage upgrade with everything else? What a guy. He's a real silly dude. One of these days, he's gonna learn how to actually play the Binding of Isaac. I'm just joking with you, Snaps. I like how the knife can put out fire, but when you have, like, spectral tears, they just fly right over it. I will say, we got the compass for half price in that shop. That's an incredible deal. That's one of the things that I would have... if I had gone on a very long tangent about items that we needed in order to win, or items that we could benefit from in order to win, that certainly would have been on there. Compass is incredibly useful, and the cheaper you can get it, the better things are for you. Gish is going to melt pretty easily here. I'm trying to get it to shoot a bomb at me, and in doing so, that'll break that Tinted Rock. Was kind of hoping to get the small rock out of that, but 2 Spirit Hearts is palatable as well. Really was hoping for a deal with the Angel. No such luck. That's fine, too. So, Little Gish is going to help us out a lot here, and we're starting to build a very strong case that this is going to be a one run. We know that it's going to be Greed or Super Greed, and it is Super Greed. He's super greedy. I know that that's like an old and played out joke now, but I still like it. And I'm glad we went here because we ended up getting some decent rewards. I'll take High Priestess instead of the Death card. But yeah, I was hoping we'd get, you know, maybe the quarter or something and be able to re-roll it. Or maybe we wouldn't take it. We would have re-rolled it. I'm a re-rolling fiend right now. With only one key, did I buy that other key in the shop? Was there another key in the shop? Am I having a hallucination right now? I guess I walked into the fire there. Shouldn't have worn large pants today. Maybe I should take off this muumuu and put on something a little bit more, you know, skin tight. See what we've got in here. It's the Bible. The Bible is a bad item, but at least we have the opportunity to re-roll it. We get Scapular, and honestly, I'm happy with that because that means that we, are yeah, sure, we'll take Brother Bobby with us. It means we're increasingly making the angel room pool smaller. So we've already gotten Relic, Miter, and Scapular. That's it, I think. I can't remember. Did we not get a deal with the angel? Did I not get something? I think I got the Relic on it, didn't I? Yeah, after the Mom's Knife versus the Fallen, we got the... Okay, good. So we've taken like 3 items out of that pool. There's really only like Guardian Angel, Holy Grail, and Sacred Heart left. And if we can get more deals with the angel, those could pay out remarkably for us. Very, very strongly. So, we've got a kind of a standard Northernlion Isaac pattern on this floor. It's not that I patented it, it's just I've been using it recently, and that's why I named it after myself, because I'm an egotistical bastard, apparently. And what's the pattern? Very simply, it's the arcade via the blood bank, or the blood bank via the arcade, I guess I should say, plus the boss trap room. And this might seem kind of like a shitty payout, and it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It kind of sucks that this was our payout. IV bag, but we have plenty of time to re-roll it, and mostly I just wanted to get down to 1 heart so I could make good use of that boss trap room. So we'll get charged up here, we'll figure out where we want to use our D6 on primarily. I would like to use it on the IV bag, but that depends on there being something decent in the boss trap room first. So, kill them, that was super easy. And inside of here we have the crate, and I'm just going to take it because we can really use the key right now. And that does give us a re-roll after this room that we can immediately turn around and use on that IV bag. Who knows what it'll give us, but I'm content with basically anything but that, so I'll be excited if that ends up working out for us. We got the bloat as well. We can't fly yet. Important to be wary of that because of the bloat's tendency to knock some creep out at us. And you're dead, and that was super easy. And another Spirit Heart. Spirit Heart's just dropping like crazy at this point. Might as well pop that World card because we're keeping the High Priestess card with us for now. We don't know what the pill does. Bombs are key. Hey, that's kind of fine. That's cool as well. Crate is not the best item in the game, but we have it now, so be it, I guess. We're gonna check out the, southeastern corner of this map first. Blood Rites is obviously terrible. That's gonna be one of the most important areas for me to reroll as time goes on. 6 keys means I can open up both of the rooms here and still have 4 keys to go to the chest, which means every other key we get is gravy. We can use that for golden chests if we come across it. Comfortable position to be in. We also got the Hierophant for more Spirit Hearts. It's kind of becoming comically good for us right now. Might as well take I Found Pills because I don't think there's any downside to it. I don't think there's any upside to it either. The upside is get the fuck out of my face, pill. I've already used you, and I don't care about your riffraff anymore. Now, more Spirit Hearts. Again, this is getting kind of comical. Just a staggering amount of Spirit Hearts. If we can just hold on to most of these, we should be totally fine. Might as well check out the secret room before we worry about rerolls, just in case there's something rerollable in there, or maybe there was just an item that would have changed how we would, prioritize rerolls in the future. For example, if there was raw liver, maybe we would decide to reroll HP upgrades. Probably not, but possibly. Since we already have the compass, we'll definitely pick up the map. That's I Found Pills, I think, but I bought it anyway just for the peace of mind. And you know what? Why not buy the bomb as well? If money equals power shows up, we're still going to get a nice damage bonus. Now, I realized I could reroll Blood Rites right away, but instead I'm going to come down here to the Curse Room just so I can minimize my backtracking for later. Consider that the equivalent of taking like a mental health day from work or from school, aka a sick day when you're not actually sick. You just thought that if you went into the office you would do something you would regret. Then a lot of people are going to think that means, no, but maybe just, you'd snap at the nice HR lady because you've had a rough time lately or something. I don't know. It's Blood Rites. We re-roll it. We get, Fat Odd Mushroom. It's a damage upgrade as well as an HP upgrade. It's been showing up a lot lately. Fire up the Isaac ARG engines. Let me know what you think about that, and we'll move on here. Obviously, that's pretty useful. We know that that'll pay out with the Blood Bag if we play it long enough. Mind you, we're a little bit low on red hearts right now. That could change. Maybe. I was really hoping for a full health pill at some point, but so be it. I mean, it's not like we're at any risk of dying on the mom fight. We have like 30 Spirit Hearts and growing, thankfully. Even though I'm not sweating taking damage at all because the amount of Spirit Hearts we're getting is just absurd. Just weakened a couple there. I thought I would kill them. Same with that little pass there. And, oop, okay. Gotta keep up self-narration so I don't accidentally lose focus. I did still get hit. Don't feel great about that. Homing bombs, they're not strong enough. Polyphemus is very much strong enough. Mom's knife, Polyphemus. Tried, tested, and true combo. Yeah, we'll make our way into this boss trap room. I know that or boss room, sorry. I know I could just gamble and probably win a bunch. Oh, yeah, that feels good. I know I could gamble and win a bunch of red hearts, but, you know, at this point, do we really want to go through with that? I mean, it's kind of just going through the motions if I'm, or it seems, let's put it this way, a little bit redundant for me to work so hard to get another HP upgrade when I could just pay Judgment like 8 cents and get one. So, map, compass, mom's knife, Polyphemus. Certainly, I feel a lot better about this run than I did only a couple of floors ago. We will take the 8 ball because we don't have any other rerolls available. Gave us Justice, which is fine. More keys to use in the future. And, of course, the Polaroid is essential. Why not that as well? And we're down to the next floor, and I expect that this is going to be, you know, record time. Well, not, obviously not record time, but good time. And people that remind me. Something, something, foreplay long time, etc., etc. When we were in this bar in Boston for PAX East, and they had a jukebox there, and it showed you the most played songs on the jukebox, and it made me like feel really bad for the people that worked at that bar for maybe the first time in my entire life, because the #1 song was like Dropkick Murphys, Shipping Up to Boston. I don't think it's locals playing that song over and over, but I might be mistaken. In any case, I'm sure they get sick of hearing that. I'm not saying it's a great song or a bad song. I'm just saying I'm sure they get sick of hearing it. And then the #2 song was like More Than a Feeling by Boston. And I'm like, is Boston even like... does that even count at that point as being like oh, we're in Boston, we should listen to Boston? That sounds pretty fucked up. It's like we're in Dairy Queen, you should wear a crown. It doesn't make any damn sense. Well, I mean, it makes only the loosest bit of sense, shall I say. Oh, that was the perfect telepills. Let's make this take a little bit longer than is necessary. I'm just saying, alright? I think More Than a Feeling's a pretty good song. Shipping Up to Boston, I don't care. A lot of people like it. Not necessarily my cup of tea. I really like The Departed. I'm sure if there was a jukebox there, that would be the most requested movie. I don't know. Maybe I feel bad for people who live in, like, touristy towns when stuff like that happens, because you must be exposed to it all the time, but I guarantee it's less of like a ugh, and it's more of just like a sure. I live in Vancouver. Vancouver's not super touristy. This is good item. I'm gonna re-roll it for the chance to get something better. Okay, never mind. they were like, that was God looking at me and being like, be not covetous, my son. Okay, fair enough, God. You got me. But yeah, like I live in Vancouver. It's not particularly touristy, but tourism's a part of what goes on here. And whenever I see people like pulling out their iPads to take a picture of a building that's just like, there's an ATM in it. Everyone goes to that building to use the ATM. I'm like, you know what? It exasperates me sometimes because it makes foot traffic harder, but it's your vacation. You paid for it. Enjoy yourself. I'm sure I'm like that when I go other places. When I was in Iceland taking a picture of like the church, I'm sure the locals were like, it is just a church. I hope that wasn't... I mean, let's be honest, that was a little bit of a racist comment, but I hope it's seen as good-natured racism, not the bad kind. Not that there is any good racism, I'm just digging myself a deeper hole right now. Anyway, we're gonna fight Mom's Heart. It's going pretty well so far. I'm sure the 3 Icelandic people watching this, aka a quarter of their entire national population, are very disappointed. I love your country, I really sincerely do. I just can't stop digging myself a further and further hole here. So we're gonna go up, obviously, into the cathedral. I didn't even comment at all on the Mom's Heart boss fight. That's how quickly it was over. It was a matter of milliseconds. I think we may have actually gone back in time during that fight, however briefly. Look at it, like this room would normally be like, oh shit, 3 mini bosses at once, and then it turns out it's actually super fucking easy. If we're ever gonna have runs again where we don't take damage against Blue Baby and Isaac, I think it's gonna be these runs right here, because, I mean, I can take damage on this room because there's explosions and shit, but, we're gonna kill them in a few hits, and we have Guardian Angel Cube of Meat to back us up, so, this run is basically over as is, and I apologize if that takes some of the tension out of it for you, but, I mean, look at what we're dealing with here. It's incredible. We got very good luck in a very, limited portion of the game. It wasn't like we got lucky all game. We predominantly got lucky on, like, 2 floors, and, that made it happen. Let's try High Priestess here. Oh, I did manage to get hit, so that's on me. But Isaac's dead. We got hit once, and we got a Spirit Heart payback for it. So, up to the chest, and let's be honest, this is pretty much over. Celtic Cross, 10 bombs, PhD, and Mom's Bra. You know, some of these are actually pretty good items for right now, PhD in particular for the health, but I'm gonna reroll all of them just because we don't need to worry about it. Mom's Pad, again, would allow us to definitely beat Blue Baby without getting hit. Mom's Bra probably would have as well, but let's look at the situation here. I mean, it's over, man. At some point, you know, whenever I hear people that are like, you could have milked the game harder, I'm like, you're the guy, you're like the asshole baseball coach who, like, when your team's already up like 15-1, and not baseball like adult baseball, I mean like kids t-ball. Your kid's team is winning like 19-0, and the umpire's like, well, we can all like go home and the kids can do their homework and we can like, you know, have dinner with our families or something right now, because the mercy rule says you can't get higher than 19, and then you're like, no. These kids are gonna make it to the fucking majors someday. I paid my $85 for the season. It says 10 full-length games. That's who you are if you wanted me to min-max right there, not to insult you. As always, thanks for watching. It was a fun run, selfishly by my standards especially, but if you enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and of course, I'll be back tomorrow with another Isaac. See you next time.